should be showing up recording. I'll make sure it starts before I...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all good. Excellent. You okay then to start, guys?
Yeah.
Cheers. Okay, just to let you know, I'm delighted to say hello to Sweden's Starmen. It's a band that's starting to make some waves in the rock world. Hi guys, thanks very much for joining tonight.
Thank you.
Right, so firstly, I have to say I've heard the new album and I'm seriously impressed with it. Loved it, thought it was brilliant. Now, it's quite clear that you wear your influences on your sleeves, so I'm going to not going to beat around the bush. I want you to, both of you, to let me know who are your favourite bands from the 70s and then the 80s.
Okay. Well, I love classic rock from the 70s, maybe Kiss, Sweet, Deep Purple, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, and on the 80s, you know, White Snake and Def Leppard, I have to say.
Yeah, good. And yourself?
Yeah, and I'm more into the 80s actually. I like more 80s rock, so I'm more into, you know, melodic rock like Europe or Striper or Yngwie Malmsteen as well.
Yes.
More synthesizers, maybe, Jonathan?
Why not?
Good stuff. No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Now, you've already answered my next question, but what I was going to say is what decade would you say you prefer between the 70s and the 80s? You've obviously said the 80s, but what about yourself? Are you going back to the 70s for it, or?
It's hard to choose between the 70s and 80s, but it's a close one. 70s, maybe.
Yeah, you go for the 70s.
Yeah.
I have to say myself, I'm an 80s because that's kind of when I started. That was 1980s when I started getting into rock. So for me, that was there. Although Kim Fulton, there's some fantastic stuff in the 70s. Yeah. Now you supposedly started Starman for a piece of fun.
Yeah.
But we're now looking at 3 albums in 3 years. That looks a bit more serious and a bit of fun, if you ask me. How did you get to the stage where, you know, from a nice bit of fun to enjoy yourself, and you've thrown out 3 albums now in 3 years?
At the beginning, you know, it was kind of a bet between me and my friend to do a classic rock album, and so we did, and then the album came out, and I got very good feedback and good reviews, so it was kind of very inspiring to continue, and therefore we have done 3 records now. It's easy, you know, when you get such a good reviews all over the world.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Were you taken aback at the feedback you've got? Because you know it has been great. Obviously, you're always going to get a bit of, oh, the guys are just copying so and so because of the music. And you're going to get that because that's that. But on the whole, everything I've seen has been very, very positive.
You can't please everybody.
Oh,
that's the way it is. But as long as we believe in what we're doing and we feel that this is great music, it's good enough for us.
Well, that's it. At the end of the day, you've got to be happy. I think I can remember reading somewhere saying if you're going to start trying to make everyone else happy, you're never going to write music, and it's never going to work. So it's got to be what you enjoy. And to be honest, you know, as I say, yes, you can tell what you guys love, but you've been able to cover it and do it, you know, very, very well. As I say, you've done it really excellent. So how did you put the band together? Were they going from a bet to, you know, getting 4 guys to actually come in?
Well, my idea was from the beginning, if I'm gonna put a classic rock band together, we're gonna do something special, you know, because every time that I'm looking classic rock magazines, each band is presented on the pages, and 4 or 5 guys in black leather jackets looking kind of mean in sunshades, and you know they all look the same. So I think, we have to do something different. Let's do it all in, you know. And since I love the glam era with Sweet and Kiss and David Bowie and such, I thought, well, let's make 4 individuals that are kind of equal. They sing, they write in the band, and give them some kind of almost cartoon hero gimmick over it. And here we are, Starman.
No, it's great. So, I mean, how long did it take to actually put the band together?
I can say now that Jonathan has joined the group, we feel kind of complete.
Yeah.
It has been kind of a search for the right combination, but now we found it.
You're feeling settled now. I mean, yeah. I did. I mean, I think I've seen. Obviously it was earlier on when things were coming out, and there was a few different people, and a lot of people were going, "Oh, they're just using the face masks. It's going to be people are going to be coming in and out and in and out." But it's good to hear that you're looking for that settled, settled story. Now, the other thing I was going to say is that you have 4 very, very strong singers in the band.
Yeah. That's very cool, I think. I think it's so cool.
Very unusual. But is there any fights going as to who picks who to be singing certain parts? I mean, for instance, the title track, for the latest album, obviously everybody's on that song. And it's just brilliant. The layers are brilliant, the textures are brilliant, the different voices are brilliant within it. So it's great to see. But how do you go about who's doing what bit? Who chooses?
But my vision was from the beginning, as I said, we're all going to be equal to sing and write. I think that's a cool thing, almost like Kiss and the Beatles. So I forced the other members, come on, let's sing, let's write a song. And here we are. And I'm so very pleased that we are in this situation now, that everybody's writing songs and singing and have fun.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, this song was only Christian singing.
Right.
And he told us, we share it, we split it. So we tried.
Yeah.
And I think that inspired us all to write more songs and be more involved in the band as well.
It worked very well with that song, since the lyrics is about kind of a starman anthem. We sing into our fans, and the fans get to join us in our vision, and it's suited very good to everybody singing it.
Yeah. So, and we're going to put Jonathan on the spot here now. How did you go about picking this man? How was this man the man for the job? I mean, did you, I take it, had to go over all the different aspects? The singing was part of it as well.
You mean now by choosing Jonathan?
Yes.
It was kind of, we have worked together since Jonathan works with layout and home pages and things. He had helped us previously in Starman's layout for the first albums. So I knew him, and it's not easy to pick a guy that likes the gimmick of putting makeup on, but Jonathan loved it, so I'm very glad for that. And he can play, and he can sing, and he can write, so he had it all.
Yeah, perfect. And what about yourself? I mean, obviously you were involved with completely different, if it's dealing with home pages and stuff like that, to actually jumping into the band. So did you have to think twice about it, or was it a case of, no, I'm going for it?
The worst thing was that I have to shave my beard every time I had a bit longer before I joined Starman, and every time I have to shave, and my kids and my wife, who are you? The worst thing, actually. But I like the band because I heard them before they got signed to Melodic Passion.
Yes.
And so I already liked them. I thought that was a cool thing that they went all into this. And I like Christian as a singer, and we had a really good contact before I joined the band. So I thought, well, let's try this.
Yeah.
And it's very inspiring.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Now, basically, it was about a year ago when the last album came out. and then we obviously hit COVID. Did you actually get a chance to tour any of that album whatsoever, or was it like everything else put on hold?
On hold, I have to say.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're going to have to tour 2 albums when you finally get on the road.
We have to wait and wait till COVID has gone, I think, and maybe that's, you know, a year ahead, at least, I would say. But I formed the band as a band that writes songs. That was the thing. Was not my idea in the first place to form a band to tour. But now, since we got so good reviews and people seem to fancy us, we have to reconsider and become a touring band. But as I said, COVID is here and we have to wait.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for me personally, obviously, I know being from the UK, we do, you know, same as Sweden, we do lots of festivals. We have lots of festivals over here, and there's so many festivals. I can see you guys automatically slipping in on the and doing really, really well, you know, on a festival stage. You know, it just seems a perfect fit for you. Something like Ramblin' Man, you know, which is, you know, you're older. Everybody's kind of my age, your age, you know. It's a kind of older recipe, and it's all classic rock bands that play it, and it's, you know, it's great. And I just see you guys would go down a treat, is all I'm thinking. So I can't wait to actually get opened up and use can, you know, you can actually get out there.
Yeah, yeah.
So the new album. Okay, let's speak about the new album now. But just first of all, why is there an early release in Japan? Why did you? Because I think it's like a week earlier or something.
Jonathan, you're the Japan guy.
Yeah, we are signed to Japan, or
no, it's coming out a week earlier. The album in Japan.
Yes, that's right.
What's the reason for that? It's very unusual these days.
Well, I think our label manager got in touch with different labels in Japan, and we got signed to Marquee Avalon, and they seemed to be very eager about this release.
Right.
So they decided that they wanted to release it that date. So
all right.
It was a very quick process because they told us we want one bonus track that isn't released on the other, and we were like, no, we added the bonus track on this one. So actually, Andreas, the guitarist, and I wrote the song for them in just, you know, one day, and very quickly. But it turned out well, really well.
It turned out very well.
Yeah. So we need to order a Japanese edition for that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, since we're talking about the album, can you both tell me what your favourite track is and why? And I know, like most people, it does change, but so where you are just now, what's your favourite track?
Oh, that is so hard. But what I do like about a Starmen album is that is a very big variation of songs.
Yes.
I like, for myself, listening to a Queen album or a Beatles album where the songs are different. I don't like 15 songs that sounds the same. That's what I really like about our material. But I have, if I have to pick one, I would say maybe the title track is kind of spot on.
Yeah, I have to say that's my favourite, definitely. What about yourself, Jonathan?
Yeah, mine as well, actually, because I like the thing when 4 different members are singing. Yeah. But otherwise, if I can pick one other, I would say Kyrie is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's a bit girlish, Jonathan. It's your 80s, you know. Yeah, I like that as well.
So since I'm taking it when you're sitting down and you're writing the album, as you said, you don't like listening to 15 songs exactly the same. So you're obviously having to sit down. Are you really sitting down thinking, well, this song's got to be completely different. We've done this one. I want something different. How are you sitting down and actually looking at writing an album so that it is different?
how I didn't understand the question.
Well,
how do I rate the album?
no. So if you're writing, when you write the songs,
yeah.
So you're saying that you don't like 15 songs the same. So what process do you go through to sit down and do an album where one song is not exactly the same?
It's very, very hard because they're all, my babies. I love them all. But maybe when we pick the set list of the album, I may think, this is a hard one, this is a poppy one, so kind of variation, maybe. And maybe when people listen to the tracks, they say, this is a good one, and this is not so good, whatever. So you kind of figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to say something that I don't think will be offensive because I'm not exactly a spring chicken here, but the guys are, you're no new kids on the block. So, you're of a certain age, but when you now come out, you're coming out at your age and you're writing, as I say, 3 albums since 2018. You've been somewhere else. What have you guys been involved with musically over the years, that's taken you the journey to get to this albums?
Jonathan, will you start or shall I?
Different bands we have been involved in.
Yeah.
I started out as a guitarist in the 80s, actually. So I played in different rock bands mostly. I played in a band called Safe Mode that toured a lot in Europe and South America.
Okay.
Before I joined Narnia, a melodic metal band that I still am with. We are in the studio right now recording a new album. And we are also been touring in Europe and South America twice. And then when I joined Narnia, I started to play bass instead.
Right.
So that's maybe the 2 biggest bands that I'm involved in before starmen.
And I have been, as Jonathan, in several rock bands. And then in 1999, I joined a Swedish television show where they put a band together and nobody knew each other from the beginning. And it was all, filmed as a weekly show. And then I joined the Swedish rock band Poodles before Poodles went the Poodles. It was a kind of cover band with theatralic cover band. And then I made, I think, during 10 years, pop albums in my own name. And then I thought, now it's time to do something with classic rock, since I love it.
So did you feel a bit tied down when you were doing pop? Was it not really?
No. It's 2 different things, and I love pop. I love the Beatles. It's the greatest band ever. But I love classic rock, and I love David Coverdale and Whitesnake, and now it's Starmen. All in.
Good. Now the album and the fun of the songs is a huge draw to me. A lot of people will say that it's full of cliches. People will say that, but they always have with rock, especially in the 80s. Strong arm and law, balls to the wall. For me, rock and metal has always been full of cliches. So, what for you, both of you, what actually encapsulates rock or metal for you? What would you say one thing you look at and go, that's a rock band, or that's a metal band, or that is rock?
What I love about rock is that you simply think, if you have a electric guitar and you just bang it with an open E, that's liberating. I think it's something powerful and magic, and that's what I love about rock. And it's a feeling you get when you listen to the drums, the rough sound or whatever. Yeah, Jonathan.
Yeah.
I think also the band thing is interesting. A solo artist is one thing, but when it comes to a band, it's more, it's a rock band. It's something else. It's more interesting.
Yes, much more.
With members that are involved, and we're a band.
It's so much more fun, I think, to work in a band. We call up each other. Oh, did you see that review? That's what's nice. Yeah, you share it with someone, and it means a lot, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's personally speaking, I think it's not just a band. I think it's music as a whole for us, because it's like I have sat down during this last year when we've had no music, and you sit and you think, it's not just the music that you miss. It's not just going and seeing a band. It's going to see your friends that you know.
Yeah.
It's getting ready. It's picking
the whole kit.
Yeah, it's picking your t-shirts, picking your jacket, what you're going to see. Yes. It's listening to the band for the week before. It's the whole thing, and that's what you miss. And it's just, and everybody thinks, oh yeah, I'm just going to a gig, but it's not. It's so much more. Yeah. And for me, that's what it is. It's family. There's a big family thing for me.
Yeah.
Just going, and that I kind of get the feeling from the two you guys as well that you are fans. You are big fans. So you must miss just going out to see music as well. I mean, it's great that, one thing I will say is there was some amazing music come out last year. It was a brilliant year for music, but as I say, for me, it's all about live. I just love gigs. I love going to see bands. I don't care whether they're arenas and it's Kiss that I've seen, the year before when they finished tour, or whether I'm going to a small, sweaty little venue. I just love getting out. I just love live music, and it's just a different, for me, it's a different thing. And I do believe that a lot of people have struggled over the last year with it. I think a lot of people haven't really realised mental health wise what it actually means. What music means to them.
Yeah, it's a lot, I think.
Yeah, it is a big miss, and if it does continue, I think it will affect an awful lot of people.
Yeah, I think so.
The industry is going to be on its arse, basically. If we have to go through another year of this, it's not just the bands that will crash; it will be the venues will crash, as well. So it's going to be a tough time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Now that we're talking about that, I did have a quick look at your website, and I had a quick look at your merchandise, and I will say you're not exactly going down the Kiss route, are you? It's not quite selling coffins and stuff. So are you going to get a hold of Gene now that he's not going to be doing anything, and get him to turn out and work out how you corner a market on merchandise?
Yeah, Jonathan is the responsible guy for this enormous merchandise.
Yeah, I like that. That's a print-on-demand site. So I upload, our designs and try to find products that I think would fit and look good. So I actually bought one T-shirt myself. I don't have it here, but I try to make things that I would like to wear myself.
Yeah. That's it.
But every good band should have a really good merchandise shop. Yeah. And Jonathan has made that possible.
Yeah, good. Just keep it going. I will. So now that, as I say, you've came from that part where you said, first of all, it was just a bit of fun. 2, you're 3 albums down. You originally you were only want to record, but now you're thinking of touring. What's next for Starmen? What do you actually want for the band? What is your end thoughts?
I think that when Jonathan joined the band, it was kind of a new era. And that era means that the members gonna sing more and write more. And I'm looking very much forward to that, because I have been pretty much alone in this for the first 2 albums,
Right.
and was the director of it. So I'm very pleased that Jonathan has joined the band, and it's kind of another mood in the band, which feels very, very good.
Yeah. What about yourself? How do you see things going for yourself, Jonathan?
Well,
what would you like to take forward for the band?
Yeah, I like to write songs. So I have made some sketches, and Christian has made, like 10 songs or something like that. But we're very creative, actually. And as Andreas talked about making some songs together. So I think we will be continuing with the be creative and record new material and stuff before we can tour or having concerts. And we also record some videos, and we can continue with that.
Yeah.
And that's a really fun part, I think. I don't think we miss
enjoy it. Enjoy it. Is that
we enjoy it? Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Now I'm going to ask you, if somebody was floating through YouTube one day and they find this video, never heard of you before, don't know what you're about, if you have like 10 seconds to sell them and why they need to sit down and listen to you and get into you as a band, what are you going to say to them?
I would say Starmen is classic rock in a very easy way. It's very easy to listen to. It's nothing difficult, and I think it's very, very good material. Because I know we have the gimmick, and you wouldn't last a day if the music was rotten. So you need to have good materials to conquer the world. You can't just build an illusion on the gimmick.
No. Yeah, there's got to be something there.
Yeah.
You can't get away with it if there's no songs. No, it doesn't matter, the gimmick. Mr. Bowie proved that one, I would think. What about yourself? What would you say? Somebody's just plopped on here and says, you want to get them to go and watch a Starmen video. What are you going to tell them?
Watch a show? Or
No. Well, how do you get someone to enjoy you or go and watch your video?
Yeah, but I think, like Christian, it's classic rock. And we also got the gimmick. It's fun to look at, and it's nice to hear, And I think this material, we got a very, very broad audience.
Yeah.
Friends that doesn't listen to rock, they say like, "Oh, that was actually a good tune. I like the melody." So it's melodic rock, and I think many different people would like that.
Yeah.
I think that is a really good thing with Starmen. We're pretty broad,
Yeah, excellent. Well, I'm going to finish up for you. Thanks very much for your time tonight. It's been great to speak to you, and all the best of luck with the album. As I said, I loved it. I thought it was brilliant, and I hope it does really well for you. And as I said, hopefully some point we will get to see you over here in the UK, and I'll be there.
I hope to see you. I hope to see you.
Well, indeed. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
I'm just going to stop recording now, just to
so
that I don't lose it.
Mm-hmm.